the first pick in the sports media draft, you select us, Sports Dynasty NFL, as your number one pick.
Good pick if I'd say so.
Yes, an absolutely great pick. We're going to be discussing our 1.0 of the NFL Mock Draft for us. It's going to be really fun. We should double dabble a little bit, but it's going to be really fun.
Hi again.
Hey.
It's been a while.
I know, man.
To be honest, I don't even know the last thing that happened before the last time we went. I think the last time we posted, Tyreek Hill was still the Chief.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that yet. That's okay. You're here enough. What's the point of talking until we see what happens with Miami later?
Yeah.
This year, right?
It's true. Yeah.
Well, maybe when we do the live show next week, maybe that's when.
Yes, we'll
talk a little bit about that before we do a mock draft with you guys, which is our big plan for next week.
Yes, we're gonna post them more in the group, in the Sports Dynasty group later on. Probably by tomorrow, we'll figure out how you're gonna do it. Yeah, because we want you guys there with us.
Yes, live show next week, mock draft. I guess 1.0 for the fans.
Yes,
I guess for the fans, we have 2.0 next week, and then the mock draft with your fans next week as a live show. And we were doing like we did the last, I believe, 2 seasons. This will be the 3rd live show during the draft. I think it's the 3rd time. Yes,
it is.
That'll happen the 28th, right?
Yes,
that's Thursday.
Yes,
yeah, we'll have the live show. That'll be fun too. It always is fun.
Yes, bring your beers.
Because we will
bring your beers. Bring your team. Everything, anything.
And be disappointed like we will be.
Yes, we will be.
Just like last year.
That was so bad. Oh my goodness.
Even though our rookie wound up being second in Rookie of the Year voting, but yes, still.
And we will eat our crow because he wasn't as bad as you thought it was. But
I ain't no crow.
No, I'm talking about as far as like, listen, we wanted Justin Fields, and look how that turned out.
I mean, he went to Chicago. Chicago was not New England. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Our information will be in the description below in our link tree. You guys want to find us in the iTunes section, Spotify section, or anywhere where you get your podcast. It is down below. But now, before we continue, let us pay our respects to the late Dwayne Haskins Jr., who tragically passed away Saturday morning via, I can call it a car accident or just a hit. I don't want to sound too,
Yeah, it's an unfortunate incident. 24 years old, way too young to go.
Because we're literally both older than him.
Yes. It made me feel even more old now. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Our condolences to his family and his friends, people that cared about him, and his teammates. Of course, his teammates as well. The Pittsburgh Steelers organization, we have condolences for you guys.
Yeah, and even his ex-teammates in Washington Commanders, too. Yes. Terry McLaurin has to be feeling because that was his college quarterback.
Yes. So, and of course, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Of course, definitely. Ohio State legend he was. So.
Yeah, so.
It's crazy. We both just went through a week of our birthdays.
Yes.
And I was thinking about, like, what are milestone birthdays? Like, what age, what birthdays, like, in terms of milestone, like, 25, 30, 21, But after what happened to him, you stop and you're like, no, there's no such thing as a milestone birthday because all your birthdays should be milestones because you never know when you'll take your last step.
It's true.
So, like Trevor said, God bless him. Well, I know he made it up already, but God bless his family, his friends, his loved ones.
Right.
I expect some sort of tribute, especially from Ohio State. I expect tribute in September.
Definitely.
So, God bless. Sorry, literally. Anyway, all right. So now to the mock draft 1.0. Let's go straight to it. We went on the PFF simulator because that's the only one where we don't have to try to pay for anything. So I already had a subscription, so it was free for me in my case. So we just went in. There are no trades. This is vanilla draft.
Yes.
2.0, we may have a little bit of fun with it, and I think 3.0 might be the final. I'm not sure, but here we just went vanilla, pick by pick, based on needs or best player available. We went straight to it, so let's get straight to it, shall we?
Yes, let's do this.
All right. So the first pick was the obvious pick. We went out with the Jaguars picking Aiden Hutchinson. There's not much to say there, right? Not much to
say. Literally, they need to do something like best player available. I originally did want them to take a tackle. I did want them to take a tackle first. But this is before they did all their offensive needs and they bolstered up that offensive line.
Yeah, so they still need a tackle, but the second round is there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So let's wind up getting, the pass rush they don't have at all.
Had they not done what they did in the offseason, I would have put Evan Neal from Alabama.
I agree. I would have done the same thing too.
And a lot of people was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" I mean, Evan Neal was great down there in Alabama. I think it would have been perfect, especially to really build an offensive line to protect Trevor Lawrence. But they did that already, well, to the best of their abilities. Some people got overpaid, but that's another story.
True, franchise size, yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, just the best available player. 800 cents in the morning.
100%. Pick 2. We had a small debate about this because it is Detroit and they need basically everything.
Yeah.
But Trevor really believes in Kayvon Thibodeau, so we decided to take Kayvon Thibodeau second overall. I personally think he's going to drop based on all the stuff I've been hearing about, the off-field stuff. But it is lying season, and that's going to be crap. So we decided to go with it. Take Kayvon Thibodeau. He's one of the biggest upside players in this entire draft. Detroit and knowing their coach, they can use extra edge rushers, especially after cutting Trey Flowers a couple of weeks ago. So I think there's not much more we have to say here too. He has the biggest out of Oregon, has the biggest upside. For all we know, he might be the best player in this draft in a few years. For all we know. So let's go with him. Third, the Houston Texans. We have them picking actually Kyle Hamilton, another guy supposed to have damn near transcendent talent in the secondary. The Houston Texans are in the unique and unfortunate position that they need everything
and everybody.
Yep. So we said, screw it. How about the guy who might be the one to make the biggest plays in that secondary?
Yeah,
Kyle Hamilton. The New York Jets. See, this is where we have a 1.0 draft because we kind of screwed this up a bit. We should have taken Evan Neal here.
Yeah.
But we decided to take Derek Stingley Jr., the first corner off the board instead, which they do need. It's not a stupid pick per se, but
it's to me. We were thinking about it. I said, wait a minute. Their offensive line was one of the worst in the league last year. Even though they had Michael Carter, the running back, who did pretty well with what they were given, but they definitely. I mean, also the injuries as well. Injuries last year to
because they did get Morgan Moses. I believe they almost got him. They do have their pick from last year, that tackle, but why not? Who said to not bolster up and give Zach Wilson everything that he can possibly handle, so not have excuses? Similarly to what the Giants tried to do with Daniel Jones last year and bolstering up everything.
You can't go wrong with bolstering up offensive line.
Yeah, but we didn't go there. We didn't
go there. But
Derek Stingley instead, which their secondary, they only have one okay corner, and if I'm not mistaken, he's a slot corner. So it needs someone on the outside. Derek Stingley can do it all,
especially playing in a division where you have Stephon Diggs, and you got to play Tyreek Hill and now Devontae Parker in New England, which if he can play is healthy. But the point is that it's going to be very difficult for them to try to maintain those type of players. So I agree we should win the tackle first, but I think Stingley, it falls to them. You got to take it.
With the needs they got, there's no wrong pick at this point.
No pick,
Screw it. So with the lucky Giants, they get Evan Neal at tackle, who needs tackle way more than damn near anybody else.
I love this pick right here. Originally, he was my number one pick. He should have been number one overall. The Giants would be fools if he's not available. He's available. They'd be fools not to take them.
It would be stupid.
Very stupid.
I'm not even gonna front. Maybe he should have went third with Houston, since they need everything themselves to take the tackle at 3.
True.
Yeah, but
I mean, again, you couldn't go wrong either way. But Houston, you couldn't go wrong either way. But if the Giants Evan Neal falls to the Giants, you take him.
I don't think there's no way they're taking him.
There's no way.
He's arguably the best player in the draft. You can really argue that.
Yeah.
I know he's a tackle, but hey, offensive linemen are arguably more important than anybody else too, for a reason.
Of course, absolutely.
And speaking of tackle, number 6 with the Carolina Panthers. See, this is one of the spots where a quarterback could be drafted based on the desperation that is the Carolina Panthers and everybody trying to save their jobs from the owner, David Tupper, destroying them.
It's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter because they're going to go
get fired.
Yeah. So we went with the smart pick. And we took tackle Charles Cross from Mississippi State.
But we know what Rule's going to do. We all know what he's going to do. You might see Kenny Pickett here, right there. You
might see Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. I would probably fire him immediately if he did that. No.
But
I think Kenny Pickett for them would have been better. No, sorry. That's not better, because their way better is not smart. This Charles Cross going to Carolina is smart, because what else? You might as well try to build from within.
100%.
But I might as well.
You do have a running back who likes to get hurt too, in
Yes.
Christian McCaffrey, so give him something. That's exactly what the Giants should have been doing the whole time too. And speaking of the Giants, we got number 7, this is originally Chicago's pick. After the Justin Fields trade, that's why they traded the New York Giants. We decided to give them Trevon Walker, the edge of Georgia, the first Georgia defender, not the last, but the first Georgia defender going off the board. And my old mocks, I've always had Kevon Thibodeau going down and dropping in the draft, and he was taken here, but he's the next best. People are giving him a lot of buzz, actually. So for all we know, he may be the second best edge.
You know what's crazy? Like, again, I think with the Giants, these 2 picks, the way the placement of these 2 picks are, they literally can't go wrong.
No, this is perfect.
This is literally the best case scenario, because let's say if Kayvon Thibodeau did fall to number 7, right? That's incredible value. For you don't have to pay, and for paying, not pay him less. That's incredible value. But I think between them and the Jets, but mostly the Giants, those 2 picks, the way they placed that is literally, you can't go wrong. And I think that the new GM, I can't get his name right. The new GM he should be able to be a home run pick.
So, to me, 100% honest, it's kind of the obvious pick at this point.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need much else. You do have other needs, but this guy is supposed to be one of the game changers in that ridiculous Georgia defense that won their national championship off their backs. Take him. The Atlanta Falcons, we know how to suss this. They're taking Drake London. They're taking another receiver, no question. Yes. They have nothing.
Literally nothing.
So they're taking Drake London off the board. It's either him or it's going to be Gary Wilson. We chose Drake London.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Seattle is another spot that a quarterback might be taken. But we didn't go there. We went with Hakeem Okongwu, North Carolina State tackle. So how many tackles? That 3?
Yes, that's
3 tackles in a top 10.
It's a premium right now. And to me, it makes the most sense. Like, I know people talking about, they may get a quarterback here, but what's the point of getting a quarterback at number 9 where you can't protect them anyway? So, I mean, they're going to be bad anyway. They're going to be bad anyway. So what difference does it make? Get a tackle, build from within, and then that's it.
And enjoy your number 3, 2, or first pick next year.
Yeah.
Because screw it. No matter what, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen anyway.
Let Drew Lock do something right and give you the number 1 overall pick next year.
At least. At least.
It's Sports Dynasty. You know a joke is going to come in at some point. Come on. All right. The New York Jets' second pick. This is originally Seattle's pick. And my bad. Seattle's pick at number 9 was Denver's pick for the Russell Wilson trade. Sorry.
Yes.
This is Seattle's original pick. Went to New York Jets. The final first round pick that Seattle paid for Jamal Adams. Final one. We had them actually getting Devin Lloyd here, so there wasn't much edge value anymore at this point. It kind of drops off a little bit. So we decided to get the arguably best linebacker available. They're probably sick and tired of what is this dude's name from Baltimore, the one that always gets injured.
CJ Mosley.
Thank you. CJ Mosley's injuries every freaking year, over and over and over, getting hurt. Now with Saleh as the head coach, who usually relies on a nice field general-ish type linebacker, they got Devin Lloyd coming in right in the middle. If they be able to blitz in, using the blitz in, whatever they need him to do, he's there for it. Anything else you gotta say?
Makes sense. Makes the most sense.
Yeah, get somebody in the front 7, especially manning up the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Washington. We just went with best player available, and we decided to go with cornerback Trent McDuffie out of Washington.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, secondary was really bad last year. So
yeah, it kind of looked like William Jackson didn't know what the hell he was doing. So why not get somebody else to take some of the load off? No?
Yeah, at least
need something. They didn't need defensive line help. They already took Devin Lloyd. We would have took him if he was still available. The way the board fell. So, and this is gonna be very fast. Minnesota, they took Ahmad Gardner, Sauce Gardner, quick. They need cornerback real bad. They are not trying to go in with Patrick Peterson as he started cornerback again, at least for one side. Ahmad Gardner started secondary over, done. Next, Houston. We decided to go next player available again, and we took Gary Wilson. So he's trying to get rid of Brandon Cooks anyway.
Yeah,
might as well get a receiver to be your cornerstone guy, right? Gary Wilson, next best receiver.
I agree.
All right, and this is also Cleveland's pick, by the way, part of the Deshaun Watson trade. Now, Baltimore at 14. There's a couple things we could have, couple ways we could have went here, but we decided to go a defensive interior, even though they did just sign Calais Campbell like a day or two ago, and they got Brandon Williams back too. So they have people there, but let's go with someone new, someone who has a high upside, and another Georgia guy, and Devontae Wyatt, defensive interior.
Makes sense.
It needs there's a few things they need, but I know defensive line is the biggest. All right, we went Philly. This is Miami's pick originally. We decided to go with George Karlaftis. Sorry, I can't read, my bad. But we decided to go with the edge. It's the next best edge player that we think of. It was kind of difficult to predict what Philly's going to do here at 15. We went with edge. They got to get younger in the defensive side of the ball.
Most definitely.
We were thinking about going with tackle too because they also need to get younger in the offensive line. But
I think that the way they're positioning as well, I think that they can get a tackle and literally with their at number 17. So at least at 17, it's that 17, yeah. So it wouldn't have made a difference anyway. So yeah, just take the best available player for the edge. Yeah, just take him.
Yeah. 16. This is the New Orleans pick they traded up for Philly.
Now you're probably thinking, because when we went off the air, Juan and I was talking about it, you're probably thinking they traded up for a reason. So you're probably thinking, hey, maybe they got a quarterback here. But I do feel that this pick will help them in the long run because as far as the financial side, financial side of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we went with Chris Olave from Ohio State. They need a receiver back. They need a big receiver, especially since Michael Thomas. No one knows.
MIA.
No one knows what he's going to do right now. He's going to come back. Nobody knows what's going to happen with him. So I think you take Chris Olave, and at least you give a nice target for Jameis.
Yeah, I love because I'm gonna shout us out. We kind of forgot that New Orleans traded up. That's why we took Chris Olave at 16. I'm telling you the truth. But he's the best player available to me anyway, and they need him. Arguably, they do need him more than quarterback. They have somebody, but they have no one to throw to.
Right.
So Chris Olave is definitely someone they needed. The thing is, what confused me about it, and why we were decided between him and Jameson Williams, is that Chris Olave can do all the things that Michael Thomas does. So if Michael Thomas comes back, they kind of have two of the same player-ish type thing. You know what I mean? Funny, if I'm not mistaken, they both have the same alma mater. They do. They both came from Ohio State, so it's funny. But that's what made me think maybe they'll take Jameson Williams instead. But no, screw it. We're going with a safe pick. The safe pick was 100% Chris Olave.
Yes.
So yeah, 17, the Los Angeles Chargers. We were going between two positions: tackle or defensive interior. We decided to go with tackle with Bernard Raymond.
Yeah,
out of Central Michigan. We have no idea who the tackle is, literally. So let's go with tackle. That's the next best guy available, probably. So we have no idea. 18. This was New Orleans' original pick, but this is Philly's pick now trading down. We decided to go with Trevor Penning, Northern Iowa tackle. They need to youthen up their offensive line. So.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Around them. Perfect fit for that. So perfect fit for them. Definitely. Makes sense.
Now, this is New Orleans pick traded down from Philly at 19. Here is where Malik Willis goes. Yes. You more than likely, if you're going to go New Orleans, he'll go at 16. But the way Trevor put it was smarter to save a little bit of bucks, getting him at 19 instead of 16. Malik Willis goes here. They traded for a reason. They're more than likely getting a QB or some of sorts. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense for them to trade up.
Especially with Malik Willis coming here, it makes sense. You have him learn a year behind Jameis Winston, who has a similar play style to him, which that prototype.
And he may not like to hear this also from Taysom Hill, who also has a similar skill set.
Oh God,
he's a veteran, man. Just because he can't play doesn't mean he don't know stuff.
All right,
just saying.
I guess.
Tell that to Brian Hoyer. He can't play, but he knows what he's talking about.
I would rather Malik Willis have. If I'm Malik Willis, I would rather have the idea that I'm learning from Jameis Winston, unlike
you just said, right? Mr. 30 picks a lot.
But I understand that. But he was balling though. He was balling. God damn it! Would you rather that or the man that can't throw the ball at all?
That's true. That's a good point.
Yes. So
damn, they're gonna miss Sean Payton.
Yeah, Malik Willis at number 19. I think it makes the most sense.
Realistically, flip the picks. Most likely, Malik will go 16 and Olave will go 19. That's most likely what's going to happen. But whatever. They got picked. Who cares? Whatever. 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers. We decided to give them Tyler Linderbaum, center out of Iowa. I think that offensive line was so damn atrocious. It was absolutely embarrassing. They do have a guy that actually played okay towards the end of the season. But this guy's supposed to be on once-in-a-lifetime talent at the center position. Absolutely sensational player. They need everything they can get. They got to save Najee Harris.
He was literally a cornerstone for Iowa, especially for the running the football with Tyler Goodson in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Najee Harris there, who they're going to try to take the pressure off of Mitchell Trubisky and or what's this?
You're struggling so much.
He's so trash.
You're talking about Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph. Whoever the starter is in Pittsburgh is.
It's gonna be Mitchell Trubisky. So let's stop playing games.
Yeah, and Mitchell Trubisky trying to take the load off of him.
Unless they pick a quarterback here. But yeah.
Oh my god, that's just
that's stupid. I agree.
That's stupid. Yeah, but it makes sense. You have to take the pressure off of them for the day.
Yeah. 21 New England Patriots. This is not going to happen.
No,
we know how our coach works. This is not going to happen. Since Jameson Williams fell this far, that it will be stupid not to pick him at this point. It does not matter if he's going to play within the first 2 months or not. The fact of the matter is he does something that not a single person, even Devontae Parker, does not do, and that stretch deep into the field. No one stretches the field deep like James Williams does with his insane speed. So the minute he's ready to come back, he's going to make a huge difference just off the fact that defenses actually have to move back because of Jameson Williams, his deep threat ability. It would be stupid not to pick him if he's available, but there is a chance that, let's say he does drop this far, which he won't. There's a chance New England might not pick him, but I think it'll be absolutely insane if New England doesn't. So this is the way our board fell. Jameson Williams fell to 21. New England Patriots. They need him desperately.
Yes. I'll be pretty happy, okay with that.
They need corner more, but
especially you want to make sure that Mac Jones, his sophomore season is this. I want to say make or break season, but
it's not that.
It's not that. It's just
his rookie season gave him time for that, so he's fine.
He's gonna be fine, but you want to give him the most available weapons for him to
actually break out and do something. That's the point. Especially the defense needs a hell of a lot more work anyway, so might as well give the offense the power to be able to carry them at some point. Right. And he will help. Right. No question. Green Bay. This is the Las Vegas Raiders' original pick from the Devontae Adams trade. Now to Green Bay, they take Treylon Burks, and that's, I don't know if he's the next best available receiver, but he's the biggest name out of everybody else who's available. So we decided to give him Treylon Burks, the big body receiver out of Arkansas. They need anything at this point to play receiver. Mm-hmm. And he has a different skill set than everybody else left in the roster than like Eli Rogers or Randall Cobb. Or he's similar to Lazard, but he's going to be a hell of a lot more talented than Lazard is. Mm-hmm. So Treylon Burks. The Arizona Cardinals at 23, Andrew Booth Jr. They need corners real bad. I don't think there's much left to say. Yeah. They need a lot more things than that too, but corner I think is the number one need. So Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson. Dallas Cowboys at 24. We decided to give him Jordan Davis. You know, they like to splash big names, like to splash talent. They do need some defensive line talent after losing Randy Gregory. I know he's an edge, but it's definitely something. They definitely needed an interior presence in the defensive line for a while too, because they haven't been ever. I don't remember the last time they were good against the run defensively. So they need something. Jordan Davis, he may be a little bit raw, but he's athletic freak like everybody knows, and that is, I believe, the third Georgia Bulldog from that defense coming out of the draft. 25. The Buffalo Bills, they're absolutely loaded and ready to shoot up the whole AFC. So they don't need much, but I think out of all their needs, it might be cornerback 2, since they finally lost Levi Wallace. I don't even know who the next corner is. I forget. So we decided to give him Kaiir Elam out of Florida. Okay. For cornerback 2.
There's nothing wrong with having having much depth down, especially since their D line is going to be so ferocious. It's going to be ridiculous. But again, it's definitely It's definitely a necessity. There's no really wrong with having too much of that.
100%. 100%. 26, the Tennessee Titans. We gave them Debo Ojabu, the edge out of Michigan. Their edge presence is not good. Despite all the money, they're investing a crap ton of money in their edge defenders, and they're not that good. Like, Harold Landry's good, but not worth the money that they paid him good in terms of production. And Bud Dupree is an embarrassment. So they need something to get some type of production of the edge. David Ojabu is going to give that to them. Very easy pick. 27, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Zion Johnson at Boston College, the guard. Maybe a bit of a project from what I hear, but I mean, they need guards.
They definitely need guards
for left side because they took Shaq Mason tiers from us. So
realistically, if anything, I wouldn't be surprised they trade out of the first round.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
we didn't do that in this draft.
I mean, this is 1.0, so we can like screw it. We're gonna just see where it falls there for the most part. But I do expect them to trade him out, but for purposes, Zion Johnson makes sense. They need the guard play,
Yeah, they could use edge too, not having JPP, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pierre-Paul signs like August just to miss training camp because he's old. He don't want to do that. So I'm going to be surprised if he signs a 1-year deal or something with Tampa in like August. Jason Pierre-Paul. But we went with the guard. 28, Green Bay's pick. We decided to go with Lewis. Is it signed?
Seen it.
It definitely not.
The point is. Another Georgia
player. Yeah, safety from Georgia. If I'm not mistaken, Adrian Amos is, I believe, in his contract year coming up. So why not get someone to replace him who has a similar skill set, who can fly around the field, man the middle of the field. He has to run and play deep safety if he has to. And talented player again off of this ridiculous defense. Why not get the safety and replace him so you don't have to pay a crap ton of money?
Right.
You know, the money you don't have because of certain somebody from the offense. All right. Now we're on San Francisco's original pick. This is from Miami though,
right? Just
so y'all know, this is the trade for Trey Lance, if I'm not mistaken, to Miami, right? Or yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And then now this is from Miami traded to Kansas City for the Tyreek Hill trade. I believe that's the transaction process. So we decided to go with Sky Moore here since, unfortunately for Kansas City, the receiver depth kind of went down a bit. However, there are some good receivers left though. But what we said what might happen with Kansas City, they might put up a package to trade up to maybe get someone like Jameson Williams in the teens. They might try to do something like that to get the speed because that's what they're missing right now. Because come on, at this point, we know Miko Harmon sucks. Like let's stop playing games at this point. Come on now. So a guy with actual talent. Let's go with Sky Moore, who gets open very quickly, very easily, which is I think the mold they're trying to do with Kansas City. Now trying to change up the offense a bit, because when you're as predictable as you've been the last 2 seasons, let's change it up. Surprised Andy Reid's doing that, right? So why not get Sky Moore, who gets open instantaneously, very quickly, along with Juju Smith-Schuster? Why not? And they're now Kansas City's original pick. We decided to give them Jermaine Johnson II because God freaking dang it, they need edge rush. They need pass rush real bad. Because as another embarrassment edge, Frank freaking Clark, garbage. So they need some production to help Chris Jones. Something. Jermaine Johnson will more than likely do that for them. They hope. Now, 31, they're defending AFC champions in the Cincinnati Bengals. We give them Nakobe Dean. They need some linebacker help. Athletic is crap. Maybe he wouldn't have got called for PI on that defensive play at the red zone at the end of the Super Bowl if he was there.
Oh my God.
Well, they need they do need help there. I think they need secondary help a little bit more, but they'll probably find that in the second round. So why not go with the best player available or the guy with the most upside? Kobe Dean falling in 31. I'm pretty sure he's going to go before that in the real draft. But hey, that's great value for Cincinnati, right?
Of course.
And you want to take this one?
Yes. At number 32, the Detroit Lions,
which was originally the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams pick. The only way that Lions will ever see this pick. But yeah, whatever.
Yes.
Just keeping it real. I'm just saying. Lions, the Super Bowl champion? No, hell no.
Knowing, yeah, that for real.
Yeah, stop now.
Knowing,
sorry, Braxton.
Lions fans that I know on social media and the patterns that this interesting franchise has done.
You're being so nice.
So done. Their fan base would revolt if they do not take a quarterback to end the first round. They would lose their minds.
Yeah, I agree.
And to me,
half of them love Jared Goff, though, by the way, from what I hear.
Yeah. I mean, Jared Goff not gonna be there forever. Clearly.
I mean, he shouldn't. But
clearly. But I believe the Detroit Lions will take Kenny Pickett out of Pittsburgh to wrap up the first round.
That's about right.
Yes. Why? Because why not?
Because why not?
Why not? Why not? That's literally why I picked them. Because why not? And just for them to appease the fan base, saying, "Hey, you got a quarterback." Because there's some people who are not sold on golf at all. You know what I'm saying?
They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be. So they say, you know what? Let's build for the future. So that's why Kenny. Because think about it, Kenny Pickett was hot on a lot of draft boards. You had Carolina really interested in him, which, and realistic, they will take him at number 6 in this draft in 3 weeks. They will take him, and they will get fired. He will get fired. So it's gonna happen. But there's 1.0. Who knows? Maybe the next mock draft may be different. But they take a quarterback.
Yeah. All right. So how about a quick recap and we leave you guys alone? This is the shortest episode probably this year. Then again, it's only April. So number 1, Jacksonville Jaguars take Aiden Hutchinson. Number 2, Kayvon Thibodeau from the Lions. Texans take Kyle Hamilton, safety. Jets take Derek Stingley Jr., cornerback. New York Giants take Evan Neal, offensive tackle.
That might be still the draft. That's
a possibility.
Still the draft.
Carolina at number 6 takes Charles Cross, tackle. The smart pick. New York Giants, with their second first-round pick, take Trevon Walker, edge. Atlanta Falcons at number 8 takes Drake London, wide receiver. Seattle Seahawks at number 9 takes Akeem Nkongwu, tackle. New York Jets take Devin Lloyd, linebacker, at number 10. Number 11, Washington takes Trent McDuffie. Number 12, the Minnesota Vikings take Ahmad Gardner or Sauce Gardner, whichever one you care about, at cornerback. 13, the Houston Texans take Garrett Wilson, wide receiver. 14, the Baltimore Ravens take Devontae White, defensive tackle. 15, the Philadelphia Eagles takes George Karlaftis, edge. Number 16, New Orleans Saints take Chris Olave, wide receiver. Number 17, the Los Angeles Chargers take Bernard Raimann, offensive tackle. 18, Philadelphia, with their second pick, takes Trevor Penning, offensive tackle. Now, New Orleans at number 19, with their second first-round pick, takes Malik Willis, the quarterback. First quarterback off the board. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 20 takes Tyler Linderbaum, center. New England Patriots at 21 takes Jameson Williams, wide receiver. Green Bay Packers at 22 takes Treylon Burks, wide receiver. Arizona Cardinals 23 take Andrew Booth Jr. Dallas Cowboys at 24 takes Jordan Davis, defensive tackle. Buffalo Bills at 25 takes Khair Elam, cornerback. Tennessee Titans takes Michigan State's not Michigan State, sorry. He'll beat me up for saying that. I know I said that on purpose. A little bit of college football humor here. Anyway, Tennessee Titans at 26 takes David Ojabo, edge, Michigan. They're gonna beat me up here.
They will be desperate.
I know they're not.
That's fighting words.
I know it is. I did it on purpose, but I'm a little scared. 27, Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Zion Johnson, the offensive guard. Green Bay at 28 takes Lewis. I'm gonna say it's can that be Sign. Seen it. No, I'm kidding. Safety. Kansas City at 29 takes Sky Moore, the wide receiver. Again, back-to-back, Kansas City takes Jermaine Johnson Jr., the edge rusher. Cincinnati Bengals at 31 takes Nakobe Dean, linebacker, and 32 the Detroit Lions take Kenny Pickett, the quarterback. That is our 1.0 version of the mock draft of the NFL.
Right.
I said it like that on purpose because why the hell not? Yeah, the day I had, you'd be tired and saying stupid things too. All right. That's the end of today's episode. Kind of short, 35 minutes, usually very short for Sports Dynasty NFL episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Before we do that, make sure you guys check us out on Facebook. Join the Facebook group.
Hell yes.
The conversation has really been going crazy at the last couple, especially with baseball season starting. Everything going on. It's gonna be great. And then the NBA playoffs, literally a week away with the play-ins.
Yeah, tomorrow the play-in.
Check us out. Check us Sports Dynasty Basketball with Raul and Alex. We should
be up soon.
Probably really soon. Other than that, peace, love, and applesauce. We'll see you soon.